Hi, in this video we will have a look at Microsoft Power Automate community thread. So here we are looking to resolve the issue regarding a scheduled flow for selecting leads from Dataverse and creating the table base of owner of the lead. Then we need to create a table so that it need to send those related leads to the relevant owner of that lead. Okay, so let's start building the flow. So this is my advanced find. So for the demonstration purpose, I don't have the leads here. So for that, I'm going to take the contacts record and then looking for the owner, which contains data. Okay, let's trigger that. So I have 3 records in my contact list, and I'm going to edit the column, add columns, then add the owner field here so that we know who are the owners. This will help for building the the flow later on. Here is the owner. See, that's the owner ID. Yeah. Okay, that click results. There we go. So there are 2 owners under my name and another one under the Kent's name. So regarding this question, what we need is we need to get, for Ajit, I need these 2 records to email, and then for Ken, we need to email this record. That's what the objective of that question is. Okay, let's build the flow then. So the user asking here is for a scheduled flow. So for that, we need to use the recurrence scheduled flow for a day or minute or whichever the requirement is. I'm going to select a day here. The next thing we need is the leads record, but for I don't have the leads record entity here. So I'm going to use the list rows for the contact records. Okay, so it's a similar one as the leads one. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do here is click on the new step. Well, I could put the no, that's okay, the leads record. Yeah, that's okay, that. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to filter the array, then filter array. So the objective is first we need to find how many owners here. Okay, value, then here I'm going to say owner is equal to, and I'm going to say owner value here. Right, I'm going to save this. So email contact owners records. Okay, let me run the flow now and see what the result for the filter array is. Right, you can see here it didn't work as expected. Let me check what's wrong here. Yeah, I messed up this, so let me delete this. What we need to use here is a select. I don't know why you thought about filter there. Okay, select value owner. The next thing is the search for the owner here again. So you need to select the owner value. That's one we need. See that? Okay. Hopefully we should have some results here. Here it is. So I got the owner now. So you can see here like how many records I got. I got 3 records. That's exactly as these 3 records here. And I got 2 Ajit and 1 Ken here. So these 2 are Ajit. See, that has been duplicated here. But what we need, ideally what we want is we want to get unique owners first. That means I need to get I need to remove this duplicate here and get this ID and then this ID, so that later on we can filter those records for the relevant contacts owners. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a compose action step here. And use union. So that's an expression I'm going to use. I'll explain that in a minute. That's the first parameter, and again another collection. So my second collection is also the same result coming from the select output. Okay, so that's that. So it's the previous output, body of the select, comma, body of the select. That's the syntax we need to use for the union. Okay, it need two arrays. Okay, because we only got one array of values here, so the second array is the same. That's the reason I given the same name for the second one. Okay, I'm going to run the flow and see the results. Right, let's see then. See that we removed the duplicate record there, the element there, as that another owner. Yeah, so now I have got all the unique values of the owner now. So the next thing is quite easy. So what we need to do next is I'm going to use an apply to each loop. So use the apply to each, and I'm going to iterate the previous output. So let's rename this honors, unique honors. All right, now select that output, adding another compose action step. So basically I want to iterate this value now, and in the expression I'm going to say give me the each item then. So let's see what we are going to get. Right, see that we got the value of the owner then. Yeah, but I'm only interested in this GUID then. So what I need is copy that owner, the text, going back to this expression here, put question mark, put two square brackets, put two single quotes, and type owner there. That's the syntax we need. Item question mark owner. Okay, click OK that. Here we go. That's the syntax we need. So let's run this and see the result now. Here it is. So I got the GUID now. See? Okay. So if you look at the very first record here, you can see the show row output. Can you see it? Yeah. So here you should be able to see the owner underscore. See that owner user value here. See, that's the ID I got. Yeah, that's my ID there. Okay. So let me copy that, because we need that for filtering the records now. Sorry, I think that is the owner ID value. Owner ID value we need. Yeah. Okay. See, you can see here the formatted value is under my name, that, and then that's owner ID, because that's the logical name is a system user. That's a GUID, and this is the GUID. We just extracted it as the unique values now. Yeah. So let's copy this schema name, owner underscore ID underscore value. Okay. So this schema is pretty much same for the whole all of the entities in CRM, in Dataverse. So if you create a custom entity or leads or accounts or contact, those are system entities. If you create a custom entity, still you get these fields as out of the box. Okay, so all you need is copy this owner ID value. Then the next thing what we want is, because this is the owner ID value now, so rename that, use owner ID. Okay, the next thing we need to use here is the Dataverse record again, and use list rows. Oh no, I don't need to use that. I can use that, but I don't need to, because I already got the record here, list rows here. Yeah, so the best thing I can do here is I'm going to use the filter array. Okay, then we need to use this value because this we are going to use the full data, the full results from the list rows. So for that, we need to look for the values from the list rows. And here, what we need to use here is we need to use the owner ID. Owner value, yeah. Underscore owner ID underscore value, that's the one, yeah, is equal to the output of, this owner ID, which is the unique value. So in this case, I should get, those two records for my case. Then the next one, I should get Michael then, So let's run this and see. Okay, you can see that, I got two records to iterate. First one is Ajit, the other one is the Ken one. And this is Ajit's owner ID. When I filtered, I should get two records. Here we go. In the body output, you should be able to see that's the first one. Scrolling down, you should be able to see the next one soon here. Here we go. That's the second one here. See, that's the second record. So I got two records, which are these two records, David and Karthik. Okay, the another one I'm going to click on the next because it's a second record. This is a Ken's owner ID, and here I should be able to see only one record. That's only single record there. That's one record. That's Michael. Yeah, that's the record it is. So the next thing is going back to the questionnaire again. Okay, now we got the filtered, we got all the details. So what we need is, so this table should be sent to the owner of the lead with the list of his leads. So the next thing is we need to, inform the user then. Okay, so for that, because we filtered this, what we could do, the next thing is we can use a select statement here because we don't want to send all the details by email. Then we may need to send some, key informations only here. So for that, I'm going to use the select, and under the filtered array, I'm going to use the body. And then here, I'm going to say, in my case, I'm going to use name is equal to, and use full name. Okay. And what else I can use? Full name, and then I got one business phone number I'm going to use also. So here there is no business phone number there. That's fine. Let's go back here. Okay, that's not the mapping I need. I need to delete this. I don't need another apply to each here. So under here, after the filter, we need to use the select again. Okay, and under the filter, I'm going to use the body, and here under the mapping of this, I'm going to type the map name as full name. You can type here anything you want here. Oh, sorry, here full name. Then here, what we want is we need to get the schema name of that, the full name here. So for that, see that full name here. That's what we need, and I'm going to go to the expression then, because that full name is part of this filter array, So what we want to do here is we need to go to the expression and type item question mark full name. See that? Click OK that. Okay, and next one is the business phone number. So business phone number. Again, the expression I'm going to use item question mark use business phone. I'm not sure that's the schema name. I will check that in a minute. Okay, so in this case, I need to, in this case, we are selecting, selecting these two values coming from the filter array. Like I mentioned, we don't want all the field values coming, send as an email. So this is a technique you can use. Okay, so let's see then. Here we go. That's both are null. That's not correct, because we got for this record we should have a phone number here, so that's not displayed. That means my schema name is not quite right. So to see the schema name, always you can select, you can go back to your filter array, yeah, Then click on the show row output and then search for the business phone number. Okay, so let's see then. So that's business, that's there. There are lots of fields, the contact entity. So it's got different ways you can find it. Or search for that number, that will be easier. That's 750. Okay, that's the number I'm going to search. Okay, 750, the phone number. There we go. So if that's called telephone 1. See that? That's the schema name there. So copy that, edit, go back to the expression and give that value there, telephone 1. That's what we need. Here it is. Okay, now if I run it again, I should be able to get that. Okay, so we given the right attribute name. So for David, there is no phone number. You can see that. For Karthik, there is a number there. So here it is. So yeah, so you can extend it. You can add more select here and add your own whatever the values you want to email. Just type the text, then use the expression, item, question mark, the schema name. The scheme is, if you don't know the schema name, always run this up to the filter array, check under the run history and find the schema name. Okay, and then copy that value here. Okay, now we got all the values. So next thing is we need to email this. So before we email, we need to use, we need to format this record. So for that, I can use create HTML table. Yeah. Then here, I'm going to use the output from the select to record. And I'm going to use, use the column as automatic because I only got 2 columns. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, if you want a custom one, you need to use custom one then. And then you need to specify your header and the values coming from the filter array then. So, here I already used the values I want. So I'm going to use automatic. That's the easiest option then. Okay, let's run this and see what we get. All right then. So let's see, create HTML. Here it is, see. That's the first one. Then if I go back to the second one, which is Ken is the owner. So he should have the Michael's record with that phone number 747. Let's see. Here it is. See? Okay. The last part is we need to email this. Okay. So for that, what I need to do here is I'm going to that domains find and looks for the user's email then. Okay. So for that, again, I'm going to the advanced find, go to the users and let's execute. So let's see what we get. Okay, and find my record there. Oh, it's too many records here. Let's see. Hopefully I should be able to get my record here. Not in the first one. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. That's me there. Okay, that's the owner record here under the users. And that's the email we want. We want the primary email. See that? That's the email we need to take then. Okay, so for that, again, we need to do a little bit work here. Right. So for that, here, I'm going to use, see that ID there? See, that's the exact ID we got it earlier, 5521. Because this is the owner ID, we got under the contact record. So if it's in leads, it's the same ID it is under the user. That's a relationship we got. So what we want is we need to filter against the user to find the primary email. That's all we need. Yeah. Okay. So for that, let's close this. Going back to the flow again, edit the flow. So we got all the data ready now. So the final part is going back to the Dataverse again and use get a row by ID here. And looking for the users table here. Here it is. And look the row ID. The row ID is the owner ID. The owner ID we got here in the output. So search for output and scroll down to look for the owner ID here. Here we go. That's the owner ID we want. Yeah. The next action step here I'm going to use is the compose and look for the primary email. See that internal email address for the user, primary email. Okay, run again and see the flow, the results. Are we going to get the right email or not? Okay, so here it is. See, I got the my email now. So for Ken's, click on the next record. There are 2 there. See, that's the Ken's one. Yeah. So now, it's quite easy. The final step is you need to use send email action step. And I'm going to here use the Office Outlook 365 one and say send an taking the action step, send an email version 2 action step here. And for the 2, click on the add dynamic content, and I can map the output of this, that's a primary one, or directly map the email address coming from this step. So I'm going to use this output here, which is the primary email address. So let me rename this to primary email. Okay, and that's output. Subject, your contact list. So in your case, it's a leads, whatever it is. Yeah, in this case, it should be the leads list. And then, hi, please see the below records. And the output of the, so we want the HTML output. What is the step called? Create HTML table. Can I see that step by typing create? No, let's scroll down then and find out. Okay, that's a get row by ID, the previous step after that. So keep scrolling down, you should be able to see it. Oh, it's there, I just missed it. Here we go, create HTML table output. Okay, and I'm going to run now. All right, okay, so flow ran successfully, and here it is. See, first Ajit's record here, and I got that's in that, in the HTML format, and the next one is the Ken's one. This is a Ken's record. Yeah, so let's see whether I received my email or not. Okay, here is the email I received. See that, please see below records, and that's in the HTML format. We got, the David Smith and Karthik Ajit. David Smith hasn't got the phone number, and Karthik got a phone number here, which is exactly as the record which we see in here under the contact records. Yeah, so let's go back to my contacts record again. Here it is. See that? So I received these 2 records because these 2 records assigned owner is under my name and this is under Ken's name. So that's a way, you can filter the records using Power Automate and send, the emails. The key thing here is first we need to find, the whole record, and then select only the owner we want, then find only the unique records because there are, more than one record assigned to the same person. So we don't want to, get the duplicate of those records of the owners. Then once we have the owner ID, then we can use the filter array using the previous values of the owner value is equal to the filtered value coming from each owner ID. That's what we did here. Then use the select. So this is more like a custom one based on the requirement. Whatever you want to map, you can map it under here. Then use the create HTML table. Then again I need to use get arrow by ID using that users table, which are the owner ID is coming from the users table, so that I can get the primary email, and finally sending the HTML table with those owners records to the primary email which we got from the get arrow by ID. Hope this is useful. Thank you for watching.